Welcome back. We need to head for the Zect Arms branch office after everything we learnt previously. But there's clearly stuff to do during the night. So let's have a gander what there is actually available at night. We've got 2 green markers there, which implies we've got a normal 4 SPG and something else. Yeah, very, very odd. Very odd. Seems to be pretty much the same as what we had. There's a shop at the end of the lighthouse? Maybe it's, what's his name? Because he's moved from the, Orbal factory. Was it Filinkov? What's his name again? We're gonna have to find out, aren't we? We're gonna have to find out. What's your name, mate, and why are you over there? Are you in the lighthouse? Can we get in? Oh, that's a shame. It is!
The ocean seems kind of eerie at night, don't you think?
Probably was much worse when Almada was still kicking.
Goodbye. Reminds me of Karnak. Yeah. Anyway, while we're here, we'll speak to him. I plan on taking a cargo ship across the Northern Sea to North Ambria tomorrow evening. Though the nation has endured much tragedy, it was still one of the heartlands of northern culture. My gut says that I'll be able to unearth some lucky finds that may have been forgotten in the chaos. Maybe. There's something to be said about feeling the local winds when you're out traveling. The night air we're currently experiencing is a mix of the ocean breeze and the mistral coming down from the northern nations. Basking in them as I ponder my next destination is a deeply moving experience, I find. I do want to also say thank you for listening to my theory in the previous part and adding your own thoughts down below in the comments, and also over on Discord. It's like I'm ruminating on your guys' thoughts now and just refining the theory somewhat, because there's elements where I disagree with like some people are saying, but I also agree with some points people are saying. And one thing that's very much come up in my mind is, how does this all then relate to the space program that's going on? How does it relate to Calvert's push for space and all the mentions we've had of the sky and observing the sky? We've had satellites and stuff like that. It's like, and that, how does the firmament play into that? Is the firmament a fake sky, and beyond the fake sky there's something? I think again, it's like I'll tease the idea that I've got going out at the moment, which is built on other people's ideas as well. Like I said, like, thank you very much for that. Is the idea that there's potentially something up there. Could be something potentially left over from a previous loop, or the ancient Sumerian civilization, if it is a separate thing. Just something up there, or something observing it. Where the society are, celestial globe, that could be up there as well. I mean, considering its name, you know, potentially. Also, it could be like a space station's up there, and I've got the theory that could be then therefore called Adios Station. Something in the sky, the goddess of the sky. Goddess of the firmament, which was mentioned in Sky. I know it was most likely a translation error, but still, it did turn out to be right, didn't it? So, you know, it's like, there's more thoughts bubbling on top of that. We need more information before I do another theory part, though. I want to see where the story goes from now, because we've got the whole time element with the Genesis and the death ends. So it's like, yeah, I want to see where that goes for a little while before I form more thoughts on that. It's like, it's got some good ideas, though. Got some good ideas, and like back and forth. So I like it. Thank you very much is the main point of that. Burp. Hick. Yeah. Why don't I ever drink anywhere else? I didn't say a damn word. Well, I do go to that club in the back streets from time to time, but I never had enough mirror, and the atmosphere doesn't suit me. That's why I always end up here when the dust settles. Heck. Oh, alright then. Very well. There was a time when the Mafia ran Mesledum's streets, But even before then, it was infested with small-time crooks in every corner. The fabric of the city is always shifting in one way or another. But my duty of preserving this inn is the same as ever. I've got my thoughts on the theory and where it's going already. Like, there's so many little ideas. It's like I want to share with you guys. Because it's just like, yeah, we're building hypotheses and all these ideas. It's like, oh, I feel like we're all onto something. Anyway, not fearing change is a household rule of ours. So we're going to stand firm and keep doing what we do best. Ah, good to know. As you can see, my daughter can hold her own. Not many guests can get her to back down. What's more, she's a bundle of curiosity, with a bright future ahead of her. Cassius' bright future. I can rest easy knowing she'll be able to carry on the family business. After I kick the bucket. Yeah, am I? Something that was interesting, by the way, in the... I'm trying to remember what part numbers they were. Was it part 8, part 9, part 10? Like, across that, when I started doing the rounds, I started to develop a cold. Like, my nose started running and I started coughing quite a bit. It was like, oh god, no. Like, just when I start recording all this stuff, I start getting a cold. But then by the time I finished that, the cold had gone. It's like, huh? So yeah, I don't have a cold. I think I had a mini cold. Strange. Obviously, I'm a fan of my dad's cooking, and the food they make here in Mesledum is great too. But lately I've been getting into Eastern cuisine. They don't have any authentic places in this area though. I'd really like to eat at one if I ever get the chance to travel to the capital. I thought Van would have said something. But no. Whew. Reeling in that fish we wanted was a lot harder than we thought it'd be, huh? Maybe, but it was worth it to get this cool photo. Let's hurry and post it into our account already. On it, I was thinking we could write down the things we went through before making the big catch, like a diary. For example, we can mention how we got to meet Nina Fenley and her castmates at the movie they were shooting nearby. A good idea. Make sure to include the part where you got so caught up in watching the film that you almost fell into the freezing water. Hey, what is this, Shannon's Wall of Shame? Nina's way cuter in person than she is on screen. And her acting is so powerful too. It almost blew me straight into the ocean. I'd put that down to your own clumsiness, but okay. Shannon can be such a ditz. I mean, talk about not being the sharpest hook in the tackle box, right? The what? Don't mention hooks. Yeah. If our posts are supposed to be diary style, then her flubs and goof-ups have a right to be there. Oh dear. I am glad that there we go. The shops do change colour as well, because I know which shops to check now. It's like, I don't need to check every shop to see if they've got something new. It's like, nope, just the Orbal factory. Right, seeing as we got you nearby, let's speak to you. Excuse me. You didn't happen to run into an actor in that inn just now, did you? An actor? Is she talking about Judith? I swear I saw him sneaking in just a minute ago. Him. Oh, aren't you, Oh, crap. You know, now that you mention it, I think they were doing some filming over by the harbour during the day. Maybe it's worth checking over there? Honestly, I'd be pretty surprised if some big-name movie star was holed up in an inn like this. Yeah, I guess you're right. And it is dark out here, so maybe I mistook him for someone else. Sorry for the bother. I forgot to change my costume, Monvan. Phew, sounds like I wasn't her target. I wonder who she was talking about then. Maybe it really was just a case of mistaken identity. Who knows? There is at least one person that comes to mind, though. Yeah, oh. Yes, costume. There we go, I'm happy now. Nah. Good. You know, this might really upset some people, but it'll be funny if I can do it. Where is it? Psst, Where'd she go anyway? Well, no. We gotta go investigate in there. Oh, so, could I bother you for a second? Something wrong? Well, kind of. You see, we had a young man come by to check into one of our rooms a little while ago. Dad was busy at the time, so I decided to take care of it for him. The man had this stylish brown hair. When his sunglasses dipped down a bit, I could see he had those really gorgeous green eyes. Brown hair and green eyes. There's no way it's not him. Triple dot. So what about the guy? He asked for a corner room, one next to a room that was already occupied. Already? He even specified that he would prefer that the neighboring room be one without any women present. Oh. So I ended up putting him in the room right next to yours. Those are some pretty specific requests, yeah. It seemed like he was trying to avoid being seen by anyone, and it struck me as a little suspicious. Thought about asking him what was going on, but wasn't sure if I should or not. Nah, if you thought it was suspicious, there's no need to involve yourself further. Was he alone? Yes, he's been shut up in his room ever since he arrived. Got it. I think he'll be a good neighbor and check in on him then. Some of what you said has me a little concerned. What do you mean? This is his room, right? Housekeeping! Hello, anybody there? I'm the guy staying in the room next door. You got a sec to talk? You said you're from next door. What can I do for you? The young lady that checked you in told us a little bit about you. Said it seemed like you had something bothering you. She was pretty concerned. Now, I don't mean to meddle, but I see. I can understand why my behavior would come across as odd. But I'm sorry, I'd really prefer not to bother you with the issue. Well, if you can't talk to a stranger, how about a co-worker? Judith? It sounds like whatever's going on is part of why you were late to filming. I was going to say, is this the guy that Van took over for? I see, now I understand why you're here. Let me introduce myself then. My name's Ethan Smith. I'm an actor, and I came to Mistledom for filming. However, as you already know, I happened to miss today's shoot. By the way, Judith mentioned that you took my place during filming? Well, you know how our director Gotti is. When he makes a request, there's no getting out of it. I wasn't so much taking your place as I was just fitting in for a bit. Definitely not planning a career change anytime soon, that's for sure. Besides, seeing you up close, I think it's fair to say your face is far more suited to the big screen than mine is. Actually, now that I think about it, I read about you in a magazine article recently. You're one of the hottest upcoming stars of 1209. Maybe not too upcoming, given today. Well, I don't think you disrupted the schedule as much as you think you did. Mr. Gotti said that they'd only need to do a few partial takes. Or retakes. You think so? By the way, how exactly do you three know each other? Reasons. Gulp. I guess the best way to put it is that I was one of Mr. Arkwright's former clients. And I'm one of his assistants. Putting that aside, though, why don't you tell us the reason you didn't show up today? I heard it was because you weren't feeling well. But that wasn't true, was it? Well, you see, it's just... Listen, I get that sometimes there are good reasons for skipping work. But I'm gonna be real disappointed if you keep trying to hide the truth from us, especially with your acting all fidgety like that. After all said and done, we're colleagues. If you can't trust me, then what does that say about our work relationship? Alright, I get it. It's just... By the way, here's my card. We do lots of behind-the-scenes work, if you catch my drift. Arkwright Solutions. I didn't know people like you really existed. I think I understand how you met them now. I mean, that's the short of it, but yeah. If you can't go to the police or the guild, we're the guys you call. And if that's how you describe your particular problem, we might just be able to help you. I guess if rumors have already spread about my absence, it's only a matter of time. Alright, I'd like you to help me drive off a stalker. Oh, that woman we saw. A stalker? Hey, keep your voice down. She used to be just another fan. But around the time I started getting popular, she began showering me with letters and gifts. Not only was she sending them to my agency, but she somehow managed to get them sent to my personal address too. Yeah, that's a problem. Then I started feeling like I was being watched everywhere I went. Sounds like we're already outside the realm of a little celebrity crush, then. Me being late today was because I was having trouble giving her the slip. I'm positive she's followed me to Messeldom. You know, I've heard a little about the mental state of stalkers before. When facing rejection from the object of their affections, not only will most people turn inward, they'll assume they did something wrong. But with stalkers, it's the opposite. They'll get angry at the other person for not reacting the way they wanted them to. It's textbook narcissism. If she's already that far gone, maybe it would be better to get the police or the guild involved after all. Well, I considered it, but it's not like she's tried to kill me or anything. And I don't want this to go public either. It could end up driving my fans away. But I can't afford to keep holding up production because of this. I just need a way to sort this out amicably. I think this stalker of yours might benefit from a consequence or two, personally. But if that's what you want... Anyway, are you going to take his case then? I mean, yeah. Alright, we'll do it. So, any idea what this stalker looks like? No, I'm not really sure. I've never actually seen her up close before. All I know is that she's a woman. I assume that's because she's trying to be stealthy, but... although Ethan himself hasn't seen her, it's entirely possible someone else has. Probably we have. Like someone on the film crew, for instance. Should we start with them? Good idea. Let's go see what they have to say. I think the crew's doing some teardown work by the movie theater right now. Oh, by the way, has your manager tried doing anything about this? She's actually outside the inn right now, trying to keep an eye out. Not that she knows what the stalker looks like either, though. Oh, and I did have one other request for you. I'd like to keep this private. Don't worry about that. It's not exactly our first trip round the block. That's good to hear. Anyway, I'm sorry for all the trouble, but I really appreciate you doing this for me. That's no problem, mate.
Solve some problems.
Actor-Malefactor. Because it's got actor in it, so... It rhymes because it says actor twice. Yep. I was wondering if the 4SPG there was actually related, but it's like, no, that's a separate one. Okay. Oh, come the wrong way. I thought it was further down. That way. Right, hello lads. Good evening. We'll talk to you first. Good job on this afternoon shoot, by the way. You really did us a favour falling in for Ethan. Well, also filling in. We wouldn't be able to stay on schedule otherwise. Filming in the winter chill is rough, but it makes for a gorgeous backdrop. That's one of the pros of filming on location. Each place in every season brings new sights to see.
Let me ask you something.
Have you heard of the High Elves? A suspicious-looking woman, huh? Don't think I've ever seen anyone like that around, have you? No, I was too focused on packing up. Guess I wasn't really paying attention to my surroundings either. Maybe she didn't come this way? Or maybe my assumption was off. Sorry we couldn't be more helpful. Have you tried asking inside the movie theater? Couldn't hurt to try. Good point, I guess it's worth a shot. Thanks for your help. Dun 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 dun. May as well speak to the people in here while we do it. Movies are different from novels. They have their own unique way of touching the hearts of others and portraying the truths of the world. Our city's film festival has made that abundantly clear, paving the way for the general populace to recognize cinema for its artistic merit. I just want to make sure no one forgets what the Messalem Film Festival's main purpose has been all this time. Okay. Provided all goes well, this year's Messalem Film Festival should be held as scheduled. Our executive committee is wholly in favor of taking hard measures such as bolstering security to ensure that we do not balk to terrorist threats. Additionally, a growing number of them seek to introduce a variety of new approaches from here on out. Currently, we're using the success of the Tharbad Film Festival as a frame of reference to devise a way of pushing the envelope in our own right. What? Although the Messalem Film Festival's emphasizing artistry, that doesn't necessarily mean it dismisses popcorn entertainment outright. Adopting a brand new direction could be one of several possible avenues to further improve the event. To that end, Director Gotti's behind-the-scenes stories from the Tharbad Film Festival were very helpful to hear. I watched every movie that was up for an award at last year's Tharbad Film Festival, and there wasn't a bad one in the bunch. As a matter of fact, I marathon all of the festival nominees and winners every year. Assuming nothing goes wrong, both Tharbad and Messeldums will be holding a film festival this time around, yes. Fitting in 2 entire catalogues will be difficult, but I'm gonna have a lot of fun trying.
Why not buy a souvenir to remember your visit?
Cool. We'll do the topic first.
Got a question for you.
And then we'll see a movie. A suspicious-looking woman. No, I don't believe I've seen anyone like that. Several women have come up to the ticket counter, but they all seemed rather normal to me. And no one's been asking around about someone in the lobby or anything. I don't believe so. They would have stood out to me otherwise. Alright, thank you. And I guess she didn't come into the theater either. Looks like we still don't have any leads. I have Fear and Xeris running in reconnaissance mode, but they also haven't picked up any clues. Telephone for you, sir. Hello? What's up, Ethan? I've got good news. My manager said she managed, well, that's their job, you know, to get a picture of the stalker. I'll have her bring it over to you right now. I hope it helps. Sounds like just the lead we've been looking for. Nod. Sometime later. Hello. You're the Spriggan, right? Ethan told me all about you. I'm his manager. I really can't thank you enough for your help. Well, we got nothing to show for it yet, so you might want to save your thanks for later. Ethan said you have a picture of the stalker. Would you mind sharing it with us? Yes, I was just barely able to get a shot of her. Take a look. Dun dun dun. Huh? She seems really normal, maybe even a little uptight. Doesn't really strike me as the stalker type. There's a type? I didn't think so either, but appearances can always be misleading. There's no doubt that she's the one that's been following Ethan around. Now I'll be heading back to the inn to check on him. Please keep us informed of anything else you find. Nod. Of course. We always see a job through to the end. She seems to take her job pretty seriously. I'm sure this situation must be awfully stressful though. Anyway, it looks like this picture was taken outdoors. Let's check around outside the theater. First and foremost, let's see about watching a movie.
Welcome.
Would you like to buy a ticket? What's playing right now?
Thank you for your visit today.
Pon. Plopon. Robin, the Lady Justice.
Will soon begin.
Will you be watching with anyone else?
If you have a ticket,
Judith.
proceed to the entrance.
And Katra. That's 3 tickets for Robin, the Lady Justice, which comes out to 600 mil total. Purchase. Van headed into the theatre with his company of choice. Having decided to watch a movie during their work break. I expected the line to continue, but it didn't. Is that her over there, watching the movie? Stalker could be here right now. Robin, a rookie lawyer with a burning sense of justice, is embroiled in a case regarding the attempted murder of a homeless man. The defendant is a high school student named Eric, who was arrested on suspicion of assaulting the man with a steel pipe. He professes his innocence, however, claiming he was knocked unconscious when he stumbled upon the scene of the crime. Eric also testifies that he clearly remembers the face of his assailant. His name is Virgil, who just so happens to be a major witness for the prosecution and an heir to a large local business. The rumor mill paints Virgil as a man with a violent streak, but he has thus far eluded the eye of the law due to his father's influence. In this case, his father applies pressure on the local authorities and the prosecutor's office to give Virgil's testimony precedence in court. He also throws his weight around with other parties involved, including the law firm Robin works for, though this does little to deter her. Unwilling to let this mockery of justice go on any further, she makes her final stand in the courtroom.
As you can see, my client wasn't captured on the security cameras until after Virgil had arrived at the scene of the crime. Therefore, I'm calling the veracity of Virgil's statement into question. I don't believe he arrived in the nick of time to stop the attack. Furthermore, his claim about prying the pipe out of my client's hand strikes me as odd, considering his fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the weapon.
Objection!
In light of these contradictions, I think we can safely conclude Virgil's testimony is a sham.
Don't just sit there, Father. Do something! Stop her from spewing this nonsense!
I never thought such vital evidence would come out in the final hearing! Objection! This is clearly a stall tactic on the part of the defense. It's time we brought this farce of a trial to an...
Objection overruled. This evidence sheds new light on the case. The trial will proceed. I do not want to leave even a single stone unturned. Not at this juncture.
That filthy little lawyer's ruining everything. Damn her!
Thank you, Robin. Thank you so much. You believed in me, even when no one else would. But if this all goes south, won't you be in danger?
I'll be all right. Trust me. I'm not backing down until we get that not guilty verdict. People with power and wealth are not above the law. I swear on my badge, I will not allow them to taint our legal system.
She did the point. I was hoping she'd do the point. Gotta try and work that into a thumbnail now. You'll know if I did it, you know. Their portrayal of a victim suffering from false accusation from people in positions of power was, unfortunately, very true to life. The final film, yes, may have ended with Eric's acquittal, but in the real world, many people in this position are wrongfully convicted. All the more reason we need lawyers who will seek out the truth, and also expose the people who try to suppress it. Although, I get that's easier said than done. That's why conducting proper forensic investigations is so important. As a researcher myself, I want to do what I can to improve that kind of technology. Technology! Phew! Watching that makes me remember how stressed I was during filming. I had to reread the script over and over again. There was so much legal jargon that some of those lines were really hard. It took a lot of practice to get them down pat. He's Van, not Pat. What? Yeah, I get it. Even if the lawyer character was wet behind the ears, she'd still be comfortable using that vernacular. I did interviews with real lawyers and went to see some live trials in order to prepare for the role. It was really educational and pretty fun to boot. Hey, all that effort showed off in your performance. You look right at home in that role. You can even see it in your expression of the poster. You've got this dignified, serious look on your face, like nothing's gonna sway you from your path. Knowing who you actually are in real life, the difference is plain as day. Whoa! Ah, thanks. That's nice of you to say. Hey! What's that supposed to mean? It looks like they're selling commemorative brochures. Let's get it. Having finished their break, Van and his crew resumed their work. Bit. Clink. Lovely. Yeah, that's quite nice. Okay. So let's carry on with the 4SPG now. With Van here. Phew. All done with my deliveries for the day. Think I'll take a bit of a breather before heading back. Man, though, I can't get over the way delinquent me used to think this job was cushy. But you know, feeling the sweat drip off your brow after a hard shift at work ain't so bad. Go with the topic now.
Got a question for you.
Have you seen this woman by any chance? You know, actually, I think I saw someone like her on my delivery route earlier. We crossed paths on the stairs going down to the park nearby. The park, is it? Let's go take a look. I'm not totally sure it was her, though. It was pretty dark, so I had trouble making out what she looked like. No worries, you've been a big help. Thank you. Sure, hope you find her. Yeah, he's got nothing else. Okay. May as well speak to you on the way. Society's underbelly is alive and well in this city. To this day, you'll still have to watch your back once night falls. And most of the time I am watching his back. It's where the camera is. That said, it feels quite a bit safer compared to when Armata was around. Back then, even we at the Force were drowning in helplessness and fear. I do like the architecture of these buildings. Like, what architectural style is this? I imagine it's something...
Oops.
Oh, I'm stuck here, am I now? Alright then. Something from France, but I'm not familiar with French architecture beyond, you know, just looking at it. It's like, does it have a name, that style there? Sort of reminds me of some Dutch architecture as well. You know, familiar buildings over there. So, So yeah, if anybody knows what style that is, let me know. I'm just curious. Yeah. Hello, sir. Taking a walk at this time of day is a daily routine of mine. This park is part of my usual route. Still, Messerdom can be dangerous at night. Any ladies going about on their own should be especially careful.
Let me ask you something.
Oh, that lady? Yeah, I've seen her. She was hard to miss, the way she kept turning around and looking all over the place. It was like she was lost or something. Do you have any idea which way she went? Just down those stairs over there. Was she headed for the back streets? Not really the safest place for a woman by herself. She wasn't alone, actually. There was another lady with her. Oh, strictly speaking, looked to me like the second lady was tailing the first one. Oh, she headed down the stairs too. I guess Ethan's manager finally caught up with her. I don't know about that. Thanks for the info. Let's hurry before she gets away. Interesting. Wonder where the homeless guy is. There's the kitty. Meow. Meow. No, meow. What is it, Zeros? Vital signs detected. Vital signs? Hey, this is the woman in the picture. What's going on? Wait a minute, what gives? If she's the one we're after, then... Looks like somebody got the drop on her. Are you alright? Yes. I think I'm starting to feel a bit more clear-headed. Sorry to do this while you're still recovering, but we're gonna need to ask you a few more questions. You're Ethan's real manager, right? That's correct. I have my business cards if you need No, that's alright. The picture you showed us is proof enough. Yes. I see now. The stalker secretly took the picture of Ethan's manager on the right. Which means the girl we met in the theater lobby was the real stalker. Yeah. Clever. She originally approached me by saying she wanted to talk about Ethan. I tried to shake her off by winding through the back streets, but we got into a fight and... Bad news, I can't get in touch with Ethan. We need to head back to the inn. I'm coming too. Also, it's been bugging me, but what exactly are you doing here, Judith? There's no time for that right now. We'll explain later. The group rushed back to Ethan's room, only to find it completely empty. However, someone at the inn informed them that he had left with a well-dressed woman. Ethan. I know stalkers aren't exactly rare in our line of work, but never expected her to go this far. We better hurry up and find them. There's no telling what she'll do next. Yeah, if we just had some kind of lead on which direction they went. Hey, what's with the stain on your foot? Oh, she stomped on my foot when we were fighting earlier. On your foot? Wait, that's it! I've come up with a new recipe. We just need to read the pattern left from the sole of her shoe. Really? Good idea. Then we can use a shard search to check a shard search. You can do that? Footprints are very specific. They reveal a lot about a person's style, their gender, even the way they walk. Let's have Theo take a sample of that print. Sorry, it'll only take a second. Oh, sure, of course. Analysis complete. Adding visual representation to shard search imaging. That should do it. We should be able to see where her footprints lead now. Then all that's left is to follow her tracks. Leave the rest to us. Can't risk taking you into... No. I want to go too. My agency's problems are my responsibility. Well, you've got guts, that's for sure. Alright, let's go. Baby. Footprints.
Weird. Maybe you ought to try a shard search.
I forget we got Celeste there. I was like, why was Celeste saying that? Like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Where are you going? Ooh. You went by this man, did you? Okay. Very weird way of going. Just wondering if we see anything else over there.
Not this way.
I wasn't going that way. I was looking that way. Ah, there we go. Knife! Stay back. Ethan! Looks like you all figured things out pretty quickly. Don't try to interfere. Ethan and I have something very important to discuss. Please help me. Look, just calm down. We can talk about this. This is exactly why I didn't want anyone else to get involved. Look what you've done, Ethan. All I wanted was to talk things out, just the two of us. There's nothing to talk about. You claim to be a fan, but then you go and do something like this? You're crazy. Ethan, wait. Don't antagonize her. Look, just back away from him and we won't have to get the police involved. Client doesn't want that anyway. Surely you're not willing to throw your life away for one man, are you? What do you know? I believed in him. But then he just threw me away like garbage. At least if we both die here, we'll be together for eternity, right, Ethan? Not if my theory's right. Threw you away? Wait a minute. Wasn't she just a fan? Don't listen to her. She's completely flipped her lid. Just hurry up and get me out of here. Actually, I think we should hear what else she has to say. You may have made the request, but I'm the one who gets to decide how it's carried out. I was a fan at the start, anyway. But he seemed to shine so brightly I ended up falling for him, and then I wanted more. So I sent my contact info in one of my fan letters. I even tried to get his attention at one of the events he was at. And he finally started to recognize me. We even had dinner together one time. Yeah, this is different. Like, this is her being like, hey, do you want to meet up? And then you going, yes. This is different. Stop, please. Stop talking. Ethan told me he loved me. He told me I was important to him. To hear him say those words, it made me feel so warm inside. But eventually he didn't want to see me anymore. Wouldn't even answer my calls. That's not what happened. None of that ever happened. Don't even remember your name. I didn't mean that. So what did you mean, Ethan? That you took advantage of a fan? This is a lot different from what you told us at the start, yeah. She's still in the wrong at this point, but mate. And so what if I did? I'm a young single guy. Why shouldn't I be allowed to have some fun once in a while? Ever since I got popular, I've been so busy all the time, I just wanted someone to take my mind off work for a while. And you got to play romance with a celebrity. Don't act like you didn't get anything out of this. Mate. I can't believe you. And you're ready to commit murder over this dumpster fire. That's ridiculous. You don't need to keep letting this guy hurt you any more than he already has. So please, just put the knife down. I can't. Don't you see, I've done so much for him. There's no going back now. Stop, don't come any closer. Ooh. Ooh. I'm gonna go with suggest she leak her story. Hey, I've got a proposal for you. This memory quartz here contains a recording of our entire conversation. Think of it as a trump card that could deal a severe blow to this guy's career. I'll go ahead and hand it over to you. But only on the condition that you leave him alone. Huh? What? When did he have time to prep that? It's Van. Also happen to know the editor-in-chief over at Meld magazine. They're a pretty famous tabloid. I could introduce you to him, if you like. You're encouraging her to leak this to the press? But I'm the one that hired you. How could you betray me like this? You asked us to get rid of your stalker problem, right? Sounds to me like we're still in line with our agreement, don't you think? How could you be so cruel? Please don't. I'll admit it, okay? I screwed up. Is it merely you're after? I'll give you however much you want. Just drop the knife, okay? I'll take the quartz. No, don't do it! This can't be happening. Please do something, I'll be ruined. They're gonna be dropping you. You brought all of this on yourself. You're gonna have to crawl your way back to the top. I suppose the agency and I will do our best to support you. Really, you're not gonna drop him? But I can't just ignore the truth of what you've done. I suggest you think long and hard about your mistakes. Yeah, mate, that's just not on. Again, she was still in the wrong for how she reacted, but still. You were the cause of the problem. Are you sure? Yes, I want you to hold on to it. I'm ready to wash my hands of this mess. But this doesn't feel right. Please, if there's anything I could do to compensate you for the trouble. It's okay. I really don't need anything. Besides, I don't think we'll ever meet again. I'll be heading back home in the morning. So long. That memory quartz is a spare, by the way. Feel free to do what you want with it. Thank you for saving Ethan. I'll be making sure he gets punished appropriately by the agency. Even if this didn't get leaked to the press, what he did was still a breach of contract. Sounds like he's gonna have a rough time of it then. Anyway, I should be going now. I need to pick him up and head back to the hotel. Dear, oh dear, Ethan. Oh, guess Ethan's probably still thinking she's actually going to leak the story, huh? I say we let him simmer in fear for a little longer. It'd serve him right. Yeah. You won't hear any objections from me.
That's all, folks.
Reward deposited.
How does that play out differently? A bit of chaos there, yeah. I would expect so, but how does that play out differently if you choose the other options? Let me know, if you know. Because I am very curious on that. Very, very curious. Let's get a bit more rounds done. Oh, hello. Sorry for not coming early, Amina. I had to put in a bit of overtime. That's okay, Dad. More importantly, will you be able to make it my next recital? Of course, I even wrapped up all my work so that I could take the day off to see you. Oh, it's nice. I managed to bring my work to a good stopping point today, so this is going to be the last night I leave Mina waiting. Plus now I am all freed up to watch her recital. That alone makes the effort worthwhile. Yeah, it's nice. Sorry I'm late, Tony. An old friend called and invited me to dinner out of the blue. That's okay, Mama. Mina was with me, so I wasn't scared or lonely or anything. Did you have fun eating with your friend? I certainly did. You're a very sweet boy for asking. And Mina here is quite a dependable young lady. Neither of you are anything at all like the wild child who's been skipping classes lately. Mama, Jed's not a bad kid, he really isn't. Jed, okay. I only accepted my friend's invitation because I knew Mina was here to keep my boy company. But even so, it wasn't very fair of me to do. Maybe I'll buy him something as an apology next time. Yeah, I like the idea of that. Treat him, you know. Yeah, I love my mama and she's always nice to me. But how come she won't even try to understand Jed? Maybe this is just another one of those grown-up things. Jed. I love my dad. He was trying his hardest to make me happy. But a lot of kids out there don't have anyone to care about them the way... like Jed. Oh, guess we're feeling a little guilty. Aw. Where is Jed? First, I have you a document on the outcomes of juvenile delinquents who previously received rehabilitation support. Next are these projections regarding counseling for patients with drug dependencies. Thank you for putting this all together. I should now be able to visit and consult with the individuals in question without reservation. About that, Father, do you not think that you may be overextending yourself for the people? Going directly to the back streets to speak with them could very well place you in danger. If they genuinely sought our aid, then surely they would come to us instead. I know what you mean to say, Father Krins, but there are some things that cannot be grasped without direct intervention. To start, we must never disavow them entirely, but instead strive to understand them. Only then will matters come to light. Perhaps, but how far do you intend to take this? If a line isn't drawn somewhere, there will be no end to it. I shall do all I can. That is simply my way of being. No matter who it is we are dealing with, averting our eyes and forsaking them is not the answer. Ooh. Father Rodian's ideas are true to the Septine's teachings as they pertain to salvation for the multitudes. But realistically speaking, there comes a point where we need to set our boundaries. I believe that to be just, a valid choice towards serving our purpose as a church for the city. So long as I am entrusted with the city's place of worship, I intend to treat every citizen equally. I will seek to understand their individual plights, even if at times it requires me to take the bad along with the good. This too is how one must be in order to guide others under the church's teachings.
May Adios be with us.
That boy seems to have both Mina and Tony concerned. It's definitely worrisome. Maybe I should broach the subject one more time. No, Father Krenz wouldn't hear of it. But I still want to be of help somehow. Oh, Adios, lend me your guidance. Looks like the church has something going on. I'll just file it in the back of my mind for now. Okay, so that's got to be the 4 SPG then, isn't it? There's too many little things going on there that lead me to believe it's going to be connected to everything with a 4 SPG. Right, let's see what's at this shop. Because there's something new.
Allow me to
Is
assist.
it just quartz or new driver? No. New plugins? No. Can I get anything on the custom at this point? No. No, I won't be able to get anything, will I? Quite a bit on the exchange. I got quite a bit of money at this point. Quite a bit of money. There we go.
Hope to see you again. Allow me to assist.
So what was new?
Hope to see you again.
What was new? We had a Mr. Fillinkov at the shop not too long ago. Apparently he and my grandfather had met before. At his request, I took a closer look at some of my grandfather's old works and curio collections. It gave me a whole new appreciation for his skills and aesthetic sense. Now I know just how much I have left to learn. I've got a fair amount of acclaim for the detailed shaping in my pieces, but it isn't quite the same as the exquisite and majestic profundity my grandfather's works are praised for. In that respect, I haven't managed to fully inherit his skills. Nothing to be done besides keeping at it, I suppose. Oh, I suppose. Hello, Nina. Oh, hello there, everyone. Did we all decide to take a bath at the same time? We'll see how we're feeling first. You're here to relax after a hard day of work, I'm guessing. Getting some proper rest is a must after how grueling today's shoot was. Maybe you and me can head in together if the timing works out. By all means. Speaking of which, I was thinking of giving Northern-style bathing a try, since they have genuine loyals here. But embarrassingly enough, don't actually know very much about it. Hey, admitting that is the right attitude to have as a beginner. First off, you can't forget to whisk yourself with the Vita. That's what they call a bundle of leafy branches tied together to make it. There he goes. Van never changes, does he? Well, Nina seems to be getting a kick out of it, so I guess we can give him this one. Thank you for the lesson, Van. I'll be sure to try that new bathing method when I go in. By the way, Judith, apparently the woman at the counter is an old friend of your grandmother's. She's been giving me a lot of special treatment thanks to that. Maybe I didn't need the disguise after all. Maybe. You don't seem interested in making a pass at the young actress there, so I'll let you stay. You don't believe the kind of riffraff we get whenever a celebrity comes in for a bath. I got plenty of practice shooing them out the door, though, every time Dominique stopped by in her heyday. Messeldom may look out of sorts now, but the arts have flourished here for as long as I can remember. Back in the day, Dominique Lanster would even put on a concert in our city's theatre every so often. And each time she would stop by to relax in our bathhouse. We've been friends ever since. Oh, lovely.
Would you like to use the bath?
I suppose. Maybe Nina would join? With Judith?
This is perfect.
Do-do-do-do-do. Nope.
Don't you think it's a little too steamy in here?
Not really. Could be steamier.
It's so nice and warm in here.
Do-do-do-do. That goofy face.
That sure perked me up.
Every time it
Come
just makes
see
me
us
giggle.
again.
Oh, I will. You know what would really warm you up on this chilly evening? A few bowls of our seafood soup. Fish and shellfish have a lot of nutrients in them, so it'll do wonders for your health too. Do like me fish, I do like me fish. Hello, Nate. That takes care of my daily report. Now to wait for the local law enforcement to get in touch. What is it, Spriggan? Here to exchange intel? Sorry to get your hopes up, but nah. I was just thinking about how rare it is to see you taking your work so seriously. Hey, I know a backhanded compliment when I hear one. This job was given to me personally by Inspector DeSwani. Got no choice but to buckle down. Besides, this is still a part of the Armada case, even if we're just sorting out the odds and ends. What do you know, he's finally starting to look and sound like an actual detective. Wipe that smarmy look off your face. Be sure to let us know if you learn anything new, got it? Oh yeah, sure. This is an important case they're trusting me with, so I plan on seeing it through as best I can. It's got me busier than ever, though. What with all the people clamoring for my help these days. If this keeps up, I won't be able to take my girl out on another date for who knows how long.
Why, hello there.
Hello! Kyle. We did some research about Mesolidum's waters before making this trip. But the actual fishing part was rough going. It took practically the entire day to land the catch we were aiming for. I figure we can learn a lot by seeing what kind of equipment they sell locally. So I'm gonna buy something here and try out a new fishing method tomorrow. Alright. Mesolidum's nights were a fearful time until only recently. You'd often see the mafia thugs running to and fro through the window. But these days, there's a lot less trouble, save for over in the back streets. Now we'll even get some tourists in our shops after dark. It really puts a smile on my face to have more people enjoying the city I call home. Oh.
Let me know, please. Come back anytime.
I don't know why I checked you a blue shop. I don't need to look at your details. Alright. Hey, look at one and a pretty girl and the other. The perfect recipe for a good time. For us sailors, dry land's like an oasis in the desert. That's why we gotta go overboard. Can't well do that while you're out at sea. Alright, time to buck up for tomorrow. Gonna work hard in the day so I can play hard at night. Hey, when the sun goes down, the real fun begins. Beneath the dark blue sky, the skin of every human being is a beast waiting to cut loose. Rationality and moderation ain't worth a tinker's dam. So come on, don't be shy. Just follow me and we will escape from the city. And I'll hook you up with one of the best dives in town. Anyway. Oh. I missed you. Are you okay? Bit weird there, mate. Alright. Everything's going dark. It's the end of the world. What's that smell? Don't ask me. Somebody else must have farted. Forget it. It's chow time. Bring me your finest garbage, stat. Blech. Oh dear. At least we know he's still around, though. Oh, so that's what you're into, is it? You've got my attention. What do you say we chat each other up a little longer? I promise your pocket won't regret it. His pocket, you say?
Wanna have a little fun?
I closed some pretty good deals today, about 5,000 mirrors worth altogether. These lemon-flavored uppers have been making me a killing lately. Alright. Ding ding, there's quite a few people in here at night.
It's certainly lively in here.
Places like these really get going at nighttime. Probably best that we grab what info we can and go.
I like the music. I got a letter around the beginning of January from someone who helped me out in the past. Really took me back. Her name is Mistress. Sounds like she's still doing well for herself, despite everything going down at the capital. Hard to believe that 8 whole years have passed since she left this place. Mistress, the Blacklight District's charming lady of the night. Supposedly the owner here had some kind of dirt on her. This music, I really like it. She must have been a big deal around here if this girl still looks up to her after all this time. It's good music. Mistress was the top earner at this club until 8 years ago. A lot of us girls adored her like a queen. If it wasn't for her, never would have gone for life at rock bottom to finding a steady job at this club. But not even she was able to stand up against the owner. He made sure of that. Oh dear. Looks. Ha-ha! I'm on top of the world tonight! Woo, no other club out there gets me worked up the way this one does. My wife would divorce me in a snap if she caught wind of this. Good thing I don't plan on getting caught. Oh dear, Lux. Miss Kakona, are you sure this is really the place to be gathering material? The way I recall it, Akira and the rest of the main characters were all underage. Oh, they are, but I wanted to find a nice spot to relax. For me. Anyhow, this club is the real deal, huh? Just look at how raunchy that girl on the stage is getting. Suppose. Please stop leering at the dancers, Miss Kakona. You're embarrassing me. Huh? So Cronin isn't good with places like these? Not that I care one way or another. Do you not? The hedonism, the degeneracy. No, I need to stay strong for Miss Kakona's artistry. I'll wade through hell and high water. Gehenna and high water? Although Gehenna doesn't exist. Yeah, I don't think I could... Stop waving! Yeah, I don't think I can relax here. It just isn't the same as how I pictured. Not to say it doesn't pique my interest, but when I need someplace cozy and comfortable. Ah, you want to try the local bar? The owner seems as unperturbed as ever. No matter my duties as a hired hand are to be performed without complaint, that much will never change. I can't help but wonder how the owner managed to slip out of the police's crosshairs. Isn't something to be proud of, but one has to admire the extent to which he's taken things.
May I help you?
No.
Thank you.
No. Now this is a piping hot combination. You really know your stuff, Dominique. As if there was ever any doubt. You're no slouch yourself, though, Director. Takes a keen mind to visualize an idea right after hearing it. Oh, look who came to pay us a visit. You two sound like you're talking up a storm here. Having a nice little chat about show business. That we are, Van. You see, I've been racking my brains for ways to push the alluring combo of eros and savagery to even greater extremes. When I brought it up with Dominique, she pointed out a blind spot that had slipped me by entirely. That's saying a lot coming from you. Let me guess, did Grammy advise you to mix in some audio magic? You're spot on. Director Gotti here is second to none when it comes to exhilarating staging. But as for sound design, in particular making the most out of the movie's score, he's no match for me. I'll say, it never occurred to me to accompany a scene with that thrilling, sorrowful bolero. Without any sound effects at that, I have to admit, I wasn't all that convinced at first. But once I closed my eyes and played the scene out in my mind, I saw it, the elevated sensation and immersion. The pathos bubbling over. What else did you expect from a legendary... whatever that is? True enough. In all the events and plays Grammy made hits out of, the music always played a major role. Subverting musical expectations is something a lot of productions have used to transform themselves. Audio usage aside, however, it's up to you to blend all of the elements together into a cohesive movie, Director. At the very least, whatever you put together had better live up to the number I picked out. Say no more, Dominique. Your song of choice will be woven into Salvatore Gotti's greatest, most cathartic show of Eros yet. Director Gotti here is a more engaging fellow than most. There are very few men who can talk on my level when it comes to entertainment. It's been a long while since I had somebody worth drinking the night away with. This just might be the one. Oh. The world is right to call Dominique a legend. She one-upped me good there. Not to mention her definition of entertainment slots in seamlessly with mine. Tonight we're going to while the hours away by sharing as many industry secrets as my heart can handle. I'll have fun. Please make yourself comfortable. There's no better night for it after all. Incidentally, I don't suppose you've been facing any troubles in your line of work? Oh, I don't mean to pry. Offering business advice to others simply happens to be a pursuit of mine. I find the many different ways people making mirror to be quite fascinating, you see. Do let me know if you ever need a willing ear. Doodaloom, doodaloom. I think we might be done with the rounds, though, at this point. So what we should do is end this part here, because I can't get down to there without risking activating that scene. I don't want to do that yet, because I want to get that 4 SPG done. So yeah, what we'll do in the next part is that 4 SPG over there. So we'll see you in the next part. Ta-da for now.